stinger. Good looking rope you got there. Well, it's a good strong beam you got there too. Yeah, you could hang yourself on that, Jud.
What?
Hang yourself. Easy as falling off a log. Fact is, you can stand on a log or a chair if you'd rather. Well, right out here, see? And then you put this around your neck. Tie it up there good first, of course. And all you'd have to do would be fall off the log or the chair if you'd rather in 5 minutes' time or less. With good luck. You'd be dead as a doornail.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, then folks would come to your funeral and sing sad songs.
Oh.
They would. You never know how many people like you till you're dead. You'd probably be all laid out in the parlor. You'd be all decked out in your best suit, with your hair combed down slick and a high-starch collar.
Would there be any flowers, do you think?
Oh, sure would. And palms, too, all around your coffin. And then folks would come in and stand around. Men would bare their heads. Women would sniffle softly. Some probably faint. Ones that took a shine to you whilst she was alive.
What woman ever took a shine to me?
Lots of women. Only they don't ever come right out and let you know how they feel less than you die first.
Guess that's so.
They sure would sing loud though when the singing started. Sing like their hearts would break. Poor Jud is dead. Poor Jud Fry is dead. All gather round his coffin now and cry. He had a heart of gold, and he wasn't very old. Oh, why did such a fella have to die? Poor Jud is dead. Poor Jud Fry is dead. He's looking oh so peaceful and serene. He's all laid out to rest with his hands across his chest. His fingernails have never been so clean. And then the preacher'd get up and he'd say, "Folks, we are gathered here to mourn and groan of our brother Jud Fry, who hung himself up by a rope in the smokehouse." And then there'd be weeping and wailing from some of those women. And then he'd say, "Jud was the most misunderstood man in the territory. People used to think he was a mean, ugly fella, and they called him a dirty skunk and a ornery pig stealer."
No!
But the folks that really knowed him beneath them 2 dirty shirts he always wore, there beat a heart as big as all
miss it. Well, maybe you will. Maybe you'll go first.
Maybe. Well, let's see now. Where did you work at before you come down here? Something like Quapaw, wasn't it?
Yeah. Before that, over by Tulsa. Lousy they was to me, too, both of them. Always making out they was better. Treat me like dirt.
What'd you do? Get even?
Who said anything about getting even?
No, never recollect just coming.
Well, if it ever come down to getting even with anybody, I know how to do it. No, there's safer ways than that. If you use your brains. You remember that fire at the Bartlett farm over by Sweetwater?
Sure do, about 5 years ago. Terrible accident. Burned up the father and the mother. And the daughter.
There wasn't no accident. Fella told me that the hard hand was stuck on the Bartlett girl and he found her in the hayloft with another fella.
It was him that burned the place?
Took him weeks to get all the kerosene together. Buying it at different times. Fella that told me made out like it happened in Missouri. And I knowed all along it was the Bartlett farm. What a liar he was.
And a kind of a murderer, too, wasn't he? Simply laying here.
Say, you ain't told me yet what business you had here. We got no cattle to sell and no cow ponies. And the old crop's done spoke for her. There's only one other thing on this farm you could want. It better not be that.
But that's just what it is.
Well, it better not be. You keep away from her, you hear?
You know, somebody ought to tell Laurie what kind of a man you are. For that matter, somebody ought to tell you once about yourself.
You better get out of here, Curly.
No fellow wouldn't feel very safe in here if he didn't know you. But I know you, Jud. In this country, there's two things you can do if you're a man. Live out of doors is one. Live in a hole is the other. I sit by myself in the brush somewheres and hit a rattlesnake many a time. See him go. Scared to death. Somebody coming close to this hole, somebody going to step on it. He gets his fangs out full of voice and curls up and waits. As long as you live in a hole, you're scared. You gotta have protection. You can have muscle so like iron and still be as weak as an empty bladder, unless you got something to bob your hide up with. How'd you get to be the way you are anyway, sitting in this